reports.
It was completely unexpected. It's still a mystery to all the adults who were supervising the group what could have happened. We just don't know.
14-year-old Tomari Elijah Jackson is a student of North Cobb High School in Atlanta, Georgia, USA, on his first trip to Belize. Along with 31 other classmates and colleagues, the unthinkable would happen. As the group went swimming in the Sibun River, some 6 miles off the George Price Highway behind Tiger Sandy Bay, Tomari, despite being supervised while swimming with his colleagues, went underwater and didn't surface.
This is the first incident that we've had like this, where someone's lost their life in the course of a program. The group from North Cobb High School in Georgia had arrived earlier in the day. We brought them to Monkey Bay from the international airport. We oriented them to the site. We ran through the blueprint of what we're going to be doing for the day, having lunch, moving into our accommodations, and then taking a swim in the Sibun. So after all of the orientation and lunch and settling in, changing clothes, we drove to Tiger Sandy Bay, right to the Sibun River bank, where we oftentimes swim. It's a popular canoe takeout location. Local people go there to fish. It's a known bathing spot.
For over 20 years, U.S. Christian missions and student study groups of different ages have been traveling to Monkey Bay Resort and Belize to experience the environment and participate in education programs. On Saturday, a mission from Atlanta had just arrived in Belize, and hours later, one of the visiting missionaries drowned.
We briefed the group on the area, where their boundaries were, where of the 9 chaperones, 3 of them licensed tour guides, we stationed them at the right places, below the swimming hole, above the swimming hole, and on the sandbar, where everyone disrobed to their bathing suits to go in the water. It's a shallow area. There's not a strong current. It's even a little back eddy where it's calm water. Tomari was swimming with his GoPro camera, his swimming goggles, his gray shirt, and his blue shorts, going under and coming up.
As the group was about to return, a head count would indicate that Tomari was missing. The police were soon after called in, and multiple searches were conducted on the river. Along with assistance from the U.S. Embassy, the Coast Guard, and police, just after 2 a.m. on Sunday, the body of Tomari was retrieved from the river.
A search was immediately initiated, and the body was eventually discovered by 2 local divers in the Sibun River. With the assistance of the Coast Guard personnel, the body was retrieved from the surface. It was transported to the Carl Hushar Memorial Hospital.
And when we couldn't find him at this bathing spot, we launched in pairs, groups of people to search on the farm roads. They gave us access to the river. We began posting people in the river to go diving down to look for him. We stationed somebody 300 yards downstream, where there's a small wooden bridge crossing, to stay there in case he had swam downstream out of sight. And then myself got in the river and swam that same 300 yards looking for him.
The parents of the other students, concerned about the mental and emotional state of the group, wanted the mission to return to Atlanta. The trip was cut short, and with the assistance from the U.S. Embassy and American Airlines, the students and faculty left the country this morning. But prior to their departure, pastors were brought in to counsel those who have been traumatized by the incident.
Remarkably, the students handled themselves very maturely. We had pastors from 4 or 5 different congregations visit us on Sunday for prayers and counseling for those students who were interested. I think it was harder on the group leaders, actually, than the students. They're the ones that were entrusted by the parents of these students to take care of their child, and now they're going back home without one. So they're deeply devastated by the incident.
Tomari was to celebrate his 15th birthday today. Dwayne Moody for News 5.